Welcome back to Hoochie History with your favorite Hoochie historian, Zorine Truly. You ever wanted to know the Hoochie history of Wendy Williams before she became the queen of gossip? I know you have. Let's get into this episode of Hoochie History, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams was born Wendy Joan Williams, July 18, 1964, in Ashbury, New Jersey. Her parents, Shirley and Thomas Williams, had 3 children, Wendy being their middle child. And Wendy's parents were the talented 10% type, the very well-to-do, very educated, very middle-class Black family. Dad even being one of the first Black administrators for a high school in New Jersey, and her mother being committed to years of service through teaching special education. Although Wendy was raised in this suburban environment, it was very difficult because Wendy always felt like an outsider. By the time Wendy was elementary school age, her parents had moved to Wayside, New Jersey, which was a suburb that was predominantly white. Although Wendy was sent to some of the best schools in her neighborhood, she was one of few Black students and she experienced lots of racism, even recalling times where she would go to school and they would blatantly just call her beep, beep. Those were not the only problems that Wendy faced. Wendy's parents would often criticize her about her weight and her size. The criticisms got so intense that by the time she was in the 1st grade, her mom had already put her on a diet. Recalls that in her 1st grade lunchbox, she would just receive tuna and mustard as a way to keep her weight down. Throughout Wendy's adolescence, she only grew taller. She was a naturally bigger girl. However, her parents shamed her at every chance that they could get. Not only putting Wendy on a strict diet during elementary school, also forcing her to weigh in every Friday. Constant ridicule and criticism from her parents eventually led Wendy down a path of an eating disorder. When her parents found out that she was bulimic, she was punished as if it was her fault. Not feeling 100% safe at home and not feeling 100% safe at school, Wendy eventually turned to smoking weed and drinking as a means to cope with everything she was going through. Eventually, Wendy was able to escape her parents' house and received a scholarship to Northeastern University in Boston. She would go to Northeastern University in Boston and major in communications. Despite her parents begging for her to go into nursing, Wendy decided to keep her degree in communications and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts. During Wendy's time in college, she still faced many adversities. Not only did she carry the insecurities that were planted by her parents, she also went on a date with a friend and subsequently was date-gaped by this person. During this time, Wendy would find herself very depressed and leaning heavily on drinking and smoking. Even saying that oftentimes she would drink a whole bottle of Colt 45 and smoke blunts back to back. Eventually, Wendy would find her light by participating in the college radio station where she would do recaps of TV shows like Dallas and Dynasty. And in 1986, after 4 years at Northeastern University, which was a 5-year college, by the way, she was able to graduate early and she set her eyes on becoming a disc jockey. Her job was as a disc jockey in the Virgin Islands, which she really didn't enjoy, but she always had her eyes set on New York.